Hello peoples, welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Dungeon Progression Challenge. This is episode 50. Now, as usual, I would explain the nature of Dungeon Progression Challenge, but I've put it in the video description because I want to make videos shorter and get more of this done quicker before Legion. Let's see, so starting off in Trial of the Champion on Heroic, I got the faction champions to deal with. They like to trample me a lot. Oh, and I am narrating over the video I recorded because, well, some of the video was too long, and the video ended up being too long, so I'm just going to keep the important bits and, just say what I need to. So, the only challenge with these guys was being trampled to death, but even so, they barely dealt any damage to me. And while they were up, actually fightable, well, they still didn't do any damage, so I took them out with ease. They weren't much tougher than a regular dungeon. 25-man Wrath Raids seemed a lot tougher. Next boss would be either Arching Confessor Paletriss, or in my case, I got Edric the Pure. He wasn't too tough either. He didn't do any damage at all, pretty much, but I did get the achievement off him where the stunned player, he starts things off by stunning a player. If that misses, or if that player that is stunned is cleansed, then they get the ability to use Edric's hammer against him to deal a large amount of damage. The achievement is to defeat him this way. Well, with the damage that you do from that. And, yeah, he was pretty easy. And then the final boss, the Black Knight, he was pretty fun to deal with. I one-shot him with Stormbolt. That was nice. And I got the achievement for him, which was not getting hit by ghoul explosions and then defeating him. The ghouls do explode periodically when he tells them to, in Phase 2. And once he's defeated in Phase 2, any remaining ghouls explode on their own. And that was that. Following the Trial of Champion, I went to the Forge of Souls to take on Bronjam and I forget the name, but it's right there on the screen when I get to it. So Bronjam, damage very poor, not even his big damage mana cleave did much on me. Well, considering I'm a warrior, not a magic user, it hurt at the time because it dealt damage and then bonus damage based on how much mana you have, which would suck in Wrath because your mana increased based on your intellect. But these days it's like a flat base amount based on your level. Next boss, whatever of Souls, I can't remember. That wasn't too tough either. I could have stuck around to get hit by stuff, but I figure it probably wouldn't have done much damage anyways. I think there was one or two things you could stand in, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have done much. After that, I went straight into the Pit of Saron. You may recognize this from Time Walking Dungeons. If not, this is probably your first time, whatever. First boss is Forge Master Garfrost. Nothing he did hit terribly hard, and his stacking Frostbitten debuff, well, it couldn't hit often enough or stop missing in order to apply more stacks, so I was pretty safe from taking any damage from anything. Then I went over to Crick and Ick. Also not much to deal with because, well, even if their attacks did do damage, I could just move away from him and that'd be it. That's what you're supposed to do anyways. He's got Arcane Mines. But you know what? On Time Walking, the damage isn't scaled properly. You can stand in the mines and take very, very little damage. That's not what it was meant to do, and they still haven't fixed that. However, the other abilities he does, you want to move out of it when he does them. Not going to go over them since I want this video to be nice and quick. Final boss of Pit of Saron is Scourge Master Tyrannus. Fighting him for a while, well, lighting him well on me is more like it. To see if anything he did would hurt, but it didn't. I did a demonstration of cutting him over the ice. That was fun. And, well, he didn't do much at all. Finishing off the Frozen Halls dungeons is Halls of Reflection against Falric, Marwyn, and the Escape from the Lich King. Falric and Marwyn, they didn't do much, but their mechanics really involve... They get harder as the fight goes on, and, well, in a progression challenge like this, well, that's not a problem. So if I were level 80, then that might be an issue, but I'm not, so it wasn't. And Marwyn, yeah, same issue. I think he's got a reduced stamina of players hit by it. I think it's area effect attack. And the Escape from the Lich King, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically a very story-driven thing where you run from the Lich King as he summons ghouls and zombies there is one spellcaster among the group, so the best way to do it is run straight into the wall, so you get the most distance from the Lich King as possible, because when you're standing near him, you take constant taking damage, which is bad. And also, being as far away from the Lich King as possible gets the caster as far away of the Lich King as possible before it stops a distance from you to cast its spells. And so, well, you don't want that thing to be in that for melee not to hit it, because that would suck for melee and you wouldn't kill it in time, and the Lich King would close in on Gina and you guys and you'd all end up dead. So once you clear 4 walls, well, I mean, once you clear enough zombies to get 4 walls down, however you want to word it, then the encounter is over. Let's see. And then I went to try to do Emelon, but Winter Grasp was not under Alliance control, so I had to wait 2 hours to capture it, which was easy at 3:40 in the morning. Nobody's online. No one could stop me. And, well, I had to switch to my proper level 100 gear to do it, because I barely dealt any damage to mobs, and I needed to kill mobs to get my Winter Grasp rank up. And when I went into the raid, I forgot to take off my gear and put on my Dungeon Progression Challenge gear, and so I one-shot Emelon, and I thought, hey, that was weird, he shouldn't have died so fast, and then that's when I found out I had the wrong gear on. So while he did drop 2 items, and I'll have to fight him again, the gear that drops in the next attempt will not be valid for use for upgrades, because the gear that dropped today, or in this recording, or this attempt, I'm not even going to show the footage, well, the gear that dropped, that's what I should have gotten. So anything else I get from the next attempt that will be recorded, that's not going to be usable. It's not eligible. That's against the rules. So I'm only going to beat him a second time just for video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Video is pretty short. I think it's the shortest one yet compared to all my Dungeon Progression Challenge series. I may do the rest like this or similar style. It really helps to get a lot more of these in than like 1 or 2 dungeons a video. Very nice. Okay then, next time I'm going to do Emelon properly, and Ulduar, maybe more if time permits. Okay, if you like this video, leave a like, and if you didn't, I don't know why you watched the whole entire thing. You're crazy, or you should just leave a like anyway and stop lying. You did like the video. Okay, and if you want to follow along with the series or anything else on my channel, you can subscribe as well. And next time, yep, I said I'm doing Ulduar and maybe other things. Till then, be well, stay well, and farewell.